2018. One of the things that we hope will get your year off to a great start is the first issue of the journal Supply Chain Management for 2018. In that issue, you're going to find an invited forum on survey research designs in the supply chain management realm that contains 4 essays plus an editorial. Barb's going to talk to you about why we thought it was important to do this forum, and I'm going to talk to you a bit about the how.
Hi, I'm Barb Flynn, and I'd like to spend a few minutes telling you a little bit about our issue of Journal of Supply Chain Management that focuses on single respondents. This is a special methodology focus, and it's the first time we've done this, but we hope in the future to focus on other types of methodologies and some of their issues as well. We felt that single respondents was a really good issue to use initially in our methodology focus because it's a particular problem for supply chain management research. The problems with single respondents are well known, and we go into some of these in our editorial, but we believe that they are a particular problem for supply chain management research for a couple of reasons. First, in supply chain management research, we focus on organizations rather than individuals. And of course, we can't survey an organization and ask for its perceptions of relationships and other supply chain management factors. So we instead survey individuals. And when we use one individual to represent the perceptions of an entire organization, there are a lot of perceptual biases that can affect their responses. So that's one issue with single respondents in supply chain management research. The other issue is that supply chains, by their very nature, involve multiple organizations. So, for example, asking a customer organization what its perceptions are of a relationship with a supplier necessarily provide an incomplete view of that perspective. We would need to hear from the suppliers as well as customers. So there's a need for research that crosses organizational boundaries to really contribute to supply chain management research. And of course, our primary goal is to contribute to supply chain theory. And that's what motivates this issue, helping us to dig in and provide a more complete picture of validity issues that are related to supply chain management research.
When we started with this task, one of the things that was really important for us is that JSCM is a community. We may have decision-making responsibility for now in terms of what the journal publishes, but we also have a responsibility to that wider group of people that includes the authors who submit their best research to the journal, and then the AEs, reviewers, ERB members, and so on, who dedicate an awful lot of time and energy to making the journal successful. And so to make sure that what we were doing captured the community's thoughts, we started by asking our AEs, who we would argue represent the leading scholars in supply chain management in the world, what seems like a basic question, but it's also a really open-ended question. And that question was, when, if ever, are single respondent designs appropriate for survey research into the supply chain management domain? And we expected that we would get a wide range of thoughtful responses, and we did. But one of the things that surprised us, and in retrospect it shouldn't have, was the passion of most of those responses. And that passion is again indicative of the fact that JSCM is a community as much as it is a journal. And so the next step for us was to ask for AEs to create wider or more in-depth essays on those topics. And we could have had 70 great essays, but we chose these 4 because of the breadth of opinions they represented. And we hope that these essays kind of capture the range of opinions that you would find in the wider community. And then our editorial builds on those opinions. And really the key aim for our editorial was to be crystal clear and transparent in terms of what our expectations are going to be for survey research designs for the remainder of our tenure as the journal's editors. We know that not all of you are going to agree with those expectations, but we think it's really important that we communicate them in a manner that there is as little ambiguity as possible. So hopefully we've done that. The 4 essays are awesome. You can find them by linking or clicking on the link below. We hope the editorial is awesome. It may not be, but we're pretty sure that it does a good job in disseminating what our expectations will be. So thank you and have a great 2018.